What is going on, YouTube? Twitchy Tango here. Hey, it's an upload within a few days, and you're probably wondering why they upload so soon. Usually you do them once a week, if at all. Because the world is ending, there's two old fossils trying to fight for our affection. I thought I might as well strike while the iron is hot, and I really like this video I did today. I hope you guys enjoy it too. We didn't get to see really any gameplay for Resident Evil. We got a lot of developer insight from the director, Peter Fabiano. So we got to see a good bit of insight to the character of Ethan, how he's growing. Still don't like him, but we'll probably get to see that demo better optimized at RazorCon October 10th. So mark your calendars. I believe it's on Tuesday. I'll link it in the description below. So we got a lot to be excited for. And of course, the 25th anniversary coming up for Capcom. For Resident Evil, so I'm hoping we get to see a re-release of the old title since they're not going to be backwards compatible, which anybody who thought backwards compatibility for the old PS1, 2, and 3 era probably should just cry harder. I'm excited, though. I'm looking forward to what we're getting. Leon and Claire are back together, so it's exciting. Hopefully, she will not be tossed aside for some Laura Bailey character who needs Leon to save her. Hope to the good Lord above, that's not going to happen. Much as I love Laura Bailey, I'm tired of my Lady Claire getting tossed to the side. It's almost like Capcom doesn't know what to do with their leading heroines. We haven't technically seen Jill in the actual continuity of Resident Evil since 2009, the end of Resident Evil 5. And though we've seen Claire in a remake, we still don't have any actual info on her after Revelation 2. It's almost like they don't know what to do with her, and it's got me kind of heated. That being said, I hope you guys are excited for this video because it's a bit of a doozy. It's a bit of a woozy one, if you will. Resident Evil has been good with their villains. Not at all. The Bakers were a refreshing take on completely unstoppable monstrosities, but there's no one like Albert Wesker for Claire's cat. There's just nothing like it, man. There's nothing quite like Albert Wesker. He's probably been the best thing about Resident Evil, villains-wise. Alex Wesker was, well, she's apparently still going strong in this current continuity. Simmons was just a goofy little incel that just wasn't really doing anything. He wanted to bed Ada Wong, but she didn't want it. So he got angry and made a clone that completely screwed him over. And I think that's hilarious because that's what I want out of my villains. I want them to be incels that just want to bed someone, not someone who wants to destroy the world and completely satirize it in Ouroboros. I'm saying that wrong, God forbid. And it's just kind of what made Wesker so good. He was that guy. He was that impressive character. He knew what he wanted. He wanted to take over the world. And due to Revelations 2 leaving it in the open that you can transfer your subconscious after you died, it's still pretty prevalent idea of this theory. But hey, did you know that Albert Wesker is also a practitioner of safe sex? Nothing like a good fisting to start your morning right. Ain't that right, Oswell?
The right to be a god. That right is now mine. The right to be a god. You.
Man, nothing like a good fisting to clear out your vital organs. And that's kind of where we're at with Ethan. And I get that Capcom wants you to feel like you're in his shoes. That's obviously why we got our first perspective, why they still don't show his face. But come on, Capcom. We don't want this cardboard cutout of a sad individual at all. Just saying. I'm tired of it, man. Look at that. Does that look like a protagonist that can punch boulders? Fuck no. Though Chris is looking a little rough, man. Ethan is just Ethan, and he's not that great. But with that developer diary, they did get some insight to Ethan, and they made him feel more emotional. They made him feel like more of a character instead of this cardboard bland piece of wet toast. You can see I don't like him. But I'm excited, I'm excited for Resident Evil Village. I think this theory we're going to discuss, which has a lot to do with both Ethan and both Wesker and Ethan. And I think we can all agree that theories are fun, especially if they come true and you're like a literal god that can see into the future. But it's like they want you to like Ethan. They want you to love him, but I just can't, man. He's so boring and bland, and kind of like wish they would do something better with him, like kill him off, because that's what we want. We're tired of him. We're tired of Ethan, man. And all it took was his wife's face getting rearranged with high caliber rounds to actually give him some sort of a emotional attachment.
Chris? Sorry, Ethan. Why?
That's all it took. Just had to have his wife die to have to be some sort of likable character. What is it with developers making refrigeration happen? I don't understand, but maybe these two have some sort of deep connection. Maybe Alberto Wesker and Ethan Winters have familial ties from way back when. Or maybe I'm just talking out my ass and just want to run this theory into the ground and will it into existence. But I thought, I'm not really good at really diving into that, giving familiar ties. But I thought I'd let, Spaceball's Dark Helmet take it away, what I really think their connection is.
I am your father's brother's nephew's cousin's former roommate.
What's that make us?
Absolutely nothing.
They may not have some big, serious connection, much like as Alex and Albert don't have connection, as they're not actual brothers and sisters. To give you a little insight of what the Wesker children is, it is the brainchild of Oswald Spencer. He created this project to create the next generation of super intelligent, super soldiers, strong and dependent, that could essentially live for him to live through. Albert and Alex are those people. They are the two that survived their test through brutal wars and tests, and through these tests that Oswald gave these two, they formed some sort of sick familial bond. I don't know if that's part of the Wesker children's thing, is that they grow closer together. But through their bonds, they were able to make some sort of sick, diluted connection, having strong ties. And that's kind of where we're at. This theory involves with the idea that Alex and Talia are the same entity, and that the witch vampire that we saw is a more progressed Alex Wesker. If you take into the consideration that our subconscious and the resident universe can somehow stay afloat even after our body is gone, much like Alex Wesker taking that rocket launcher to the face, then by that definition, Albert Wesker's subconscious could somehow still be floating in that volcano. I know that's crazy, but it's Resident Evil where the dead walk and you have walking, talking titans of terror trying to hunt you down. Anything's possible when you take into consideration of what happened with Natalia at the end of Revelations 2. Whether Natalia and Alex Wesker are still out there, whether there's some great connection and deep into it, I don't know. But if we take into the consideration of these two people, these two entities, are they the same people? Is Alex Wesker and this woman the same person? I don't know. But why else would you update her look for the current era? I don't know. If we think about it like this, if there is still some remains of Albert Wesker in that volcano, maybe the contingent of Umbrella had already grabbed some part of him after that had happened. Maybe. With Alex and Talia possibly being alive and well, there's a high possibility that that's the case. That maybe due to Ethan Winter's close proximity to the mold and not having any effect to it, he's able to become a suitable host for Albert Wesker and not Chris, because he's old, he's fought so much. He wouldn't be a good host. But honestly, I'm looking for something crazy. I've been chasing the high of Halo 3 since then. I realized as I was growing up, it was never going to get better than playing Halo 3 my 9th grade year. Man, this entire... Man, I'm trying. I don't know.
More days.
But a premature firing will destroy the Ark.
Deal with it.
Will destroy this installation. absolutely unacceptable. Protocol dictates action. I see now that helping you was wrong. You are the child of my makers, inheritor of all they left behind. You are Forerunner. But this ring is mine.
That's still for me like the biggest twist in any gaming for me in a long time. Probably there's been more, but I just can't think. That's kind of one that's stuck with me. And now that we're sort of seeing an end to Master Chief's story, as well as we're going to probably see an end to Chris's story. It's kind of exciting, man. To live in these times, the world's ending, getting next gen, everything's in 4K, but the apocalypse is happening. I'm excited though. What do you guys think though of that idea? What if Ethan, not Chris, is going to be a suitable host for the return of Albert Wesker, since it worked with Natalia and Alex? Could these two have some sort of deep familial ties? Alex and Natalia was not afraid, so that's why she was a suitable host. It could have been Claire for all we know, but it wasn't, because Alex chose Natalia. But what if, because Natalia knows it works, what if she decides to take Ethan due to his resilience to the E-virus? Maybe that's what she needs for a host. I'm worried for Chris's, maybe it's the end for Chris, I don't know. But it's going to be interesting when it releases next year. But that's kind of how I feel about it. What do you guys think of that theory? Do you think Ethan is going to be the new Wesker? Do you think Chris is going to sacrifice himself and then die so he can finally put Wesker to rest? I don't know. I have no clue. But this game's going to be longer than Resident Evil 7. So it's going to be good. It's going to be great. We're going to love it. But let me hear your guys' thoughts. What is your craziest theory you've ever known? But also, if you want to really get some insight about the story of Resident Evil Village, then it's good to play these few games that Duskholm announced or tweeted a while back. But honestly, I blocked them now, so I don't have to see anything on Resident Evil Village. I'm tired of it, man. I've already had some shit ruined. I'm not happy about it. But let me know, what is your craziest theory you've thought about in Resident Evil? Or not just in Resident Evil in your games that you love. It doesn't have to be Resident Evil. Let me know your craziest theories because I'm interested to hear. I've got a few more myself that are pretty balls to the walls. And I think they'll be fun to really get it out there. But that being said, my name is Twitchy Tango. And as always, Internet, I'll see you all in the next video. Take it easy.
Bitch. That was for our fallen brothers.